There we go. We're now recording. All right. Okay. Afternoon, everybody. You absolute legends. I appreciate you guys. Daniel, welcome in. Appreciate all of you that turn up. You absolute legends. You make it worthwhile. So yeah, obviously we're going to go through the trades that went wrong, right? So looking at the ones that went wrong, first of all, gold. So why did gold go wrong? So this is the highlighted box here for the one that went wrong. Obviously, this is the biggest setup, just so it doesn't confuse you. This is the trade that we took that we missed by very, very few pips, but we'll go through that after I've gone through why this one went wrong. So if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, okay, now price, why I went for this zone is because price was almost giving like nice where are we here? Nice price movement, right? And it's been bullish all week. All week you can see like constant bullish. And I thought, looking at this, Alexa, stop. Looking at this kind of price movement we've got going on, right? I won't go into crazy detail. For me, it bought, there's trend line liquidity in here, pushed up, an imbalance to fill there. I thought, do you know what? There's not been any pullbacks, no pullbacks, not massive anyway. So I thought, looking at it, and literally Sod's Law, the one time I think, okay, yeah, we'll get in because of the way that the market structure's being, and literally just blows through pretty much every 15-minute zone on the way down, right? I think it even blew this one. No, not well. This candle, not quite. Depending how big the candle is, yeah, not quite. But almost like so many zones on the way down, it just blew. So as soon as we decided to get in from at the beginning of the week, it just literally, probably because it was a Monday, right? It was Monday, and that is. Mondays and Fridays are very awkward days to trade, obviously, because you've had, especially gold, because you've had everything geopolitical happen over the weekend, right? So with the war, basically, okay, everything going on, Israel, Lebanon, Iran, and all that sort of stuff, Gaza and all this sort of stuff, right? I don't know everything about it. Obviously, I'm not going to sound like I know everything I'm talking about. I'm not taking sides because we're not here to discuss that. But yeah, that is basically why price dropped, in my opinion. So then we obviously, so that's why we got the minus 40 pips on the Monday, right? And then we missed this one. So this was, again, nice market structure. Now, 15-minute zone here. This is a fresh 15-minute zone. Just drop back down. Okay, 15-minute candle is here. Okay, not been touched in anywhere. Freshest zone. You've got consolidation there. It's a nice setup, break of structure. Obviously, this one. This one would have also been potentially a possibility as well. I don't think that's touched in. Might have just touched in on that one. Now, what I did on this is because I don't really like, but you see this zone, I didn't really like the way this candle has touched all the way down. So obviously we like to see like this week, we like to see this. Okay, so this doji, let me make it bigger because I don't know why we're trying to force. So the way this big candle pushes down pretty much all the way through this, I didn't really like that. So I actually narrowed it down on the 5-minute time frame. Come on. I don't know why it doesn't just leave the screen where it is when you move down a time frame. It's so frustrating. So this is the zone I went for. All right, the 5-minute, because it was the freshest. Again, there's a bit of an imbalance there. Okay, so price hasn't touched, price hasn't filled this, right? So then I thought, okay, great. We'll get a nice, almost a bullet point entry there, but it just missed us. Look at that. Just missed us. That is just so unlucky, especially the amount then it then moved. So obviously it took that 15-minute zone instead of the 5-minute zone and absolutely flew. What was that? 400 pips? Just ridiculous. We were very unlucky not to get that. That's just. If we'd left the 15-minute zone, also the 15-minute zone, I think was reasonably big. Was it 40 pips? So look. Yeah, it was a little over 40 pips. Now, I don't really like going anywhere over 40 pips, but I should have just gone for, from previous experience, edge of zone with gold. Gold likes to come into the edge of zone and just react and bounce off it sometimes. Recently, it hasn't been doing it, which is playing in the back of my mind, which is why I thought, you know what? We'll get a nice touch in, and we've kind of gone for the extreme zone, so it'll be okay. But it cost us a little bit by not taking the 15-minute zone. So when you're doing your analysis, obviously you have to find what you're comfortable with, right? You have to find if you want to go for the larger zone, because you're risking two things, aren't you? Really, you're risking more because it's going to be a bigger zone. So if you want to do the whole zone, you're doing 40 pips plus, depending on whether you want to do the whole 15-minute zone or whether you want to go to the low, right? Because again, that's obviously less probability that it's going to push the low because of the market structure. But then even that's 80 pips. Well, you look at it now, hindsight, and you think, oh yeah, that's fine because it went up 400 pips. We didn't know it was going to go up 400 pips. I mean, I knew it was going to go up. I said to, I think it was Dave, I said today, I was like, just be careful because it is going up, because I think he was looking for buys a little bit higher, like somewhere up here or something, I think. But I remember the whole conversation. But yeah, I just told him that, he needs to be careful. No, I think he was looking for sales, sorry. And I said, be careful because it will push up because everything was kicking off. So yeah, we were unfortunate to get that one. But that was the minus 40 pips. We were then looking at Euro USD. Guys, if you have any questions throughout me talking through the setups and stuff, just drop in the questions, right? It's all good. Okay, Euro USD. I tell you what, we'll make it a bit more in-depth. Does anyone know why we missed this? Why this zone didn't hold? Does anyone know? I think I actually said it. I think I actually what do you call it? Answered that question already. But basically, obviously, this one, the zone didn't hold on this one because it was already a zone all the way back here, right? So again, this zone had already been used, essentially, which is why liquidity swept. And then you probably find that now price has swept all this liquidity here. You'll probably find it will now give the big push that we were looking for. So obviously we had the minus 16 pips with the original move. So I think we got in, we woke up and we were in profits, right? We got a nice reaction, started getting into profits here. And then I don't know if it was London session potentially. So we woke up, we were in profits when we woke up. Yes, around 6 a.m. And then, yeah, literally just an absolute waterfall, took us all out, took out all the liquidity. If you want a market sessions indicator, market sessions by Leviathan. If you want market sessions for your chart, there's one market sessions by Lux Algo as well. Both pretty much, they all do the same thing. But if you need a sessions indicator for your charts, you can use those. But yeah, literally, we were in profits. Should we have gone stop loss to break even? I still personally don't think so, because we weren't in enough profit, right? That's not a big enough push really to warrant a stop loss to break even. So unfortunately, it didn't happen. And then, so that was the minus 16 pips. And then I had the minus 8 pips. I think you guys had the minus 5 pips, because obviously we did the entry confirmation after liquidity had been swept. But then it continued to take more liquidity, take us all out again, and then give the move. So this is, unfortunately, this is just the market. Sometimes the market will do that. So really, looking at it, it was wrong initially, because it was a 4-hour zone and we still got the reaction, right? And it could have quite easily given this push from this 4-hour zone. But if I'd analyzed it properly and looking back at kind of these candles here, would I trade it again? Well, no, obviously now, no, I wouldn't, because I know it's wrong. But like, if I saw this setup again, I wouldn't take it because of, okay, we've had this zone, it's been mitigated, it's given a massive push, right? This is a massive push. So we know that the big boys have got in here. Okay, they can't hide it. And then literally liquidity swept to take out all these buyers. And then obviously it's now probably going to push up further. All right, to fill the order, sorry. So yeah, that's why what we were, yeah, -8 on that one. Then the NAS trade, again, I think it was a similar reason with the NAS trade. Let's blow this up bigger. Okay, so this was our 15-minute entry here, right? So we entered here, and you can already see 4-hour zone's been mitigated, right? So my thought on this again was that obviously this would have been the swing high. So this hadn't been taken. So I thought, well, potentially, you know, this zone may hold, you know, because it has been holding so often, showing resistance here, showing resistance here, showing resistance here. But obviously that's 1, 2, 3, and then it's taking it. So it swept us out. Then again, obviously it's taken us out again, and then given the push. So I think, to be honest, I think we were just really unlucky because obviously we could have got in here on the 4-hour, waited for an entry confirmation, or ideally we could have got in on the 15-minute. I even think we didn't get in on the Tuesday because A, because of timing, and B, because the 4-hour zone had been mitigated. And then on Friday, I think obviously I just wanted to, again, it's a mentality thing. Friday, I wanted to try and make sure we ended up positive, and then it literally took us out. So again, like I say, when you guys trade on your accounts on your own, and you know you're happy with learning like the market structure and the setups and all this sort of stuff, like once you master the setups, if you can get times where you can sit in front of the screens by yourself, lay the setups out, and if you can just do entry confirmations, your win rate will fly. And so at the moment, obviously we will be taking a couple of losses because we are doing limit orders. But if we weren't doing limit orders and we were just doing entry confirmations, then by all means the win rate would be a lot higher. But I want to be able to obviously offer a service for you guys, for those guys that are at work that want to try and earn a bit of extra money whilst they're learning. So, you know, that's why we're doing limit orders. And a lot of the time, you know, it does work out. I just feel like maybe I've had an off week with my analysis, you know, with the Euro USD. You know, I'll hold my hands up. I'm man enough, grown enough to understand that my analysis is wrong on the Euro USD one, and on this one, like it just wasn't right. Why I've done that, I don't know. I scalped the Friday NAS after it started to push back up and got close to our stop loss, so made a little profit of it. Nice, Simon. See, that's what I mean. And you guys, you know, you can and like you can literally do that like of an evening. NAS is really nice. Welcome in, Darren. NAS is really nice to scalp of an evening. So I will do that sometimes. Like if my account's in a negative, I will sit here and I will wait for like 15-minute zones or 5-minute zones or whatever. I'll wait for entry confirmations and I will scalp my account into profits. Okay. I wouldn't, if you're not overly confident in like the entry confirmations, practice doing it. Okay. Don't have your account set up on your screen. Just literally go through the charts, flow through the charts, highlight the zones, and you will easily be able to scalp through and get some profits if you wait for entry confirmations, all that sort of stuff. And by scalping literally 10, 15, 20 pips, you know, each time, just keep doing that. Don't get greedy with it. If you see fresh zones, take the fresh zones. And then if they're miles away, or if you're in profit, just walk away. Once you're in profit, even if it's like 0.5% or whatever, just walk away. And that's fine, because obviously NAS, you can get a lot back with NAS. Obviously you can lose it a lot quicker as well, but you can get a lot back with NAS with the smaller movements, right? Because 10 pips on NAS is like 20 pips on gold. It's basically the equivalent, right? So the returns, because of the contract sizes and stuff like that, are very good. But yeah, honestly, if you can get into doing that, I would recommend it, because ideally, I don't want, like, I'm not here to, I don't want to be one of these like signal providers or whatever. I want to be one of these people that help you guys learn how to trade and trade on your own. Like, we know that this works, and I want you guys to be able to, figure out what you should be looking for and what you shouldn't be looking for. And I want you to have your trading plans and all this sort of stuff, because I want you to get to the position where you're happy and you can just sit here and trade on your own, along with doing whatever else you want to be doing, or whatever your other plans are, right? So yeah. Now, what else was there? US 30 also, we had a loss on US 30. Let's have a look. Is there any questions so far? So with US 30, I'm not a massive fan. I've said this before. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. So I'm not a massive fan of US 30 because it is very wicky. And what I mean is I'm sorry, my voice is going. There is massive, like, it always comes out with massive wicks, like you can see on the 4-hour time frame everywhere. Luckily, this was a good setup. This was a nice setup. I think we got a 30 or 40 pips profit from this. Some of you even got a couple of 100 pip profit from this because you didn't move stop loss break even when everyone else did, which is fine. Obviously, you can use that if you're comfortable with the stop loss and how much you're risking to potentially lose, and you want to hold that trade. We trade, most of the time we're trading the 4-hour time frame zones, and they should hold. Okay, they should hold. Oh, sorry. We don't hold them too much, because obviously I don't like risking it, because it can always pull back straight away. But there has been plenty of times where we have held, and it's been fine, and then we haven't held. Like, it just all depends on the setup. You can't really call it, and it's better to trade safe than it is to not, right? So yeah, obviously that was the previous week's one, and then this week, price literally just wicked us, just took us out on this one. It just didn't hold. It didn't just stick to the strategy. It's very rare that we don't get kind of any type of reaction. Yeah, you can see price just went straight through the zone, no reaction whatever. Just like, that's what I mean. Like, last week was very much like we just got taken out everywhere. I mean, there are reasons that, to be like, with the strategy, what's the reason for that? Liquidity hunted. We've literally just been hunted, and then prices pushed back up, and then eventually it came back down. You could argue, obviously, price is on a massive downtrend, right? Similar with the Euro USD, it was on a massive downtrend. But all we can do is trade the zones, right? So if we highlighted this 4-hour zone, that's a fresh 4-hour zone. We would have made some profit from that if we'd got in on that one. But again, we didn't get in on that one because I'm not, like I say, I'm not a massive fan of it. We might stick with it a couple more trades, see how we get on with it. My Wi-Fi is awful today. Stop downloading stuff. So we might get in on a couple more US 30 trades, see how it goes. But like I say, it's a very, it's an odd one. I don't really like it. But looking ahead to next week, I won't keep you guys too much longer, because obviously I know it's the weekend. But looking ahead to next week, looking at gold, right? So you've already seen, you would have spotted, looking at this 15-minute zone, got it highlighted, got an alert on it. Now, again, things were kicking off on Friday with the war, so I would potentially expect price to push through this high. So I'm not going to like stay up and put a limit order on or anything. I would expect opening to really be aggressive. So when we analyze it around London opening, we'll see what happens if price is taking it or not. If it hasn't, then we will do the limit order. If it has, then obviously we'll look at the next setup. From there, obviously by then it would break structure here. But then the freshest 4-hour zone is going to be this massive candle here, right? This is going to be our massive 4-hour zone there. So let's see what happens with gold. I'd like to try and get in but gold more, because obviously we are, you know, it does do big moves. There is nice big moves, and we should have caught that. So it's given me a bit more confidence. Like, I did lose confidence with gold. If, like, you probably would have noticed that we haven't been trading it that much. It is very volatile. But let's see what happens with gold. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. We've gone over all the losses. Hopefully you've realized, you know, why the week didn't go so well, mainly because of mitigated zones, right? So that's what I want to kind of, the key takeaway of today's lesson is mitigated zones. Don't trade, like, if the zone's been used, just stay away. It's less probability, whether it's the 4 hour, whether it's the 15-minute. You know, you usually find, especially with NARS, that the 4 hour might touch in, but the 15-minute within the 4 hour will still hold, like it did here. We should have got in under this one. This one's massive, absolute massive trade. That's over 450 pips on that one. That normally order repellent. Yeah, and obviously we didn't have a great week, because literally every limit order, if I tried to put something on, if we tried to put a limit order on, price literally just pushed away opposite direction. As soon as we put it on, literally just went the other way. I honestly swear to God. Like, we had the limit order on Euro GBP. As soon as we put it on, price started pushing down, right? So or JPY, this touched in. I don't think we took this, obviously. We didn't take this zone because it's midway. Okay. But I think we probably should have taken that zone, really. But I just don't like all this here. I would prefer it to be nearer the swing low or the swing high. But again, price gave a nice push. It's pulled back. I'd probably expect that to now blow through that zone, because it's been mitigated and then come down. So it would have been a nice scalp, but it is what it is. I was laughing hard when you said that. Honestly, mate, it was so freaking annoying. Ord USD, again, we put this limit order on. Obviously, I was looking at this zone, but then we brought it down here. And then prices just literally just dropped through the swing low. So now that's a break of structure. And then we want to maybe reassess and look at this zone, but we'll look at that in the morning. GBP CAD, we've got limit orders on both sides. Okay, but price is just going sideways, right? NZD CAD, again, was looking for this 15-minute zone. Price is still pushing down, right? And then GBP CHF. I took full profits last week. This was a banging trade. We did really well with this trade. This was a really nice trade. Like, the market structure and everything you can see there is really nice. Just with the higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, sorry, and lower lows, and then just touching in on the 15-minute from that 4 hour, 15-minute, perfect touch in there, and some nice profits. So yeah, strategy does work. You know, even with the GBP CHF, with the gold, even that is almost like zone to zone. Like, if it wasn't the weekend, I would have expected that to then come back down. So zone to zone. NARS. NARS, if we look at this one, 4 hour zone, right? Zone to zone, I've got a feeling we may have taken that. What was that, Wednesday? 16th. Yeah, so Wednesday the 16th, so last week, but we didn't do a call last week, right? So last week we missed this because, where are we looking? It didn't touch us in. So I think the 15-minute zone would have been just a little bit lower, and we didn't just quite get touched in. But again, zone to zone, right? So yeah, like, honestly, if you can catch these zone to zones, we've had some massive trades. Oh yeah, Ethereum. Again, all right, you've got the change of character with Ethereum running massively in profits. What's that? 100, almost 100 pips on Ethereum. So again, there, 4 hour zone, fresh 15-minute swing low. Okay, we've got the break of structure here. So this is the swing low. This is the lowest, the 4 hour lowest zone, freshest 4 hour zone, freshest 15-minute zone with the break structure. Pushed it up, finally gave a retracement, and then straight in on that 15-minute zone. Look how well that 15-minute 4 hour zone worked. Like, boom. All right. So yeah, like because of this is obviously given a green week overall. For me, I don't know if anyone else was able to take it. I wasn't able to take it obviously on the Funding Pips account, but I've actually taken it on someone else's account as well. I'm been trusted with managing some. I know someone who's wants me to help them out, so obviously shared this with the team. So it is going on the trade tracker. Shared it with the team. Trade has been taken. So yeah, really nice trade. So yeah, working on a couple of things. I don't want to go on about like account management for other people, because I don't want people to think, oh yeah, I'll manage their accounts for them, because I don't want to get it out there like that. But this is the reason. I don't want you guys thinking, well, how comes he's been able to take that trade and I haven't, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we called it, we shared it, it ran well. So it is what it is. Like honestly, when it works nicely, it works. It really does work when the analysis is on point. And sometimes I just think you just have to be patient with it. Like, and it's so basic. It is so basic. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate it, right? You don't need shitloads of confluences. You don't need Fibonacci. You don't literally, all you need to know is market structure. As long as you can look at the market, and these 4 hours and these 15-minute zones, I don't know what it is about 4 hours or 15 minutes. I don't know suddenly where like like it's just, I don't know, it just works. I don't know why it works, it just works. Okay. So right, I'm gonna drop off now, because I know a couple of people are going off as well, so I won't drag on for too much. But yeah, hopefully you guys managed to get some value from today's lesson. I will upload it tomorrow morning as well, and I'll catch you guys in the morning with obviously the fresh signals and see what's going on with the rest of the trades. No worries, Simon. Appreciate you all for turning up and showing some love, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you, Sama. Thank you, Mushka. Thank you, Simon. Absolute legends. Night.